Hi, I'm Annie Ulichny, and I want to thank you for joining in for some meditation practice today. Our focus is going to be what happens when we wake up first thing in the morning and we just feel dread, overwhelm, stress. And it just is a frustrating thing because we've just had a good night's sleep, perhaps, and we don't understand why we feel this dread. Sometimes the internal body, the brain and the nervous system and the breathing apparatus, it needs to be re-regulated. And when we can start the morning with a routine that regulates us, it can really pave the way for a very calm, peaceful, happy day. So today we're going to work on a few practices together that we can do when we first wake up in the morning and we're just not feeling right. We just feel stress. So we're going to lay down. If you don't feel comfortable laying down and you want to do this in the seated position, by all means, I encourage that. I'm going to start laying down because we're going to do these practices in the morning when we first wake up before we even get out of bed. So we can take a posture that helps us to re-regulate the nervous system, the breathing, the brain, everything before we even get out of bed. And we can do that by having, when you get up and you realize you're just feeling overwhelmed, pop your knees up, place them together so that they're resting against each other, and have your hands and place them very comfortably below your belly button. Feel your belly button. Place your hands very comfortably below your belly button. Feeling your posture. So the very first thing we'll do as we start practice together, breathing in and out of our nose with our eyes closed, just feeling our stability here against the surface that we're on, whether we're seated or laying down. Just feel the contact with the surface underneath us. This energy of gravity holding us here. It's very stabilizing. And so right off the bat, we're letting the body know and the thinking mind know that everything is okay. There's no need for stress. And this stabilizing, grounding sensation of gravity holding us here informs the brain and the body and the nervous system of this sense of okayness. Everything is okay. Just feel being held here for a moment as we get started. Feeling through the feet, through the back of the body. If you're laying down, through the back of your head even. Just feel being held here, right now. And as we start, we're going to be breathing with the idea that there's a balloon in the lowest part of our belly. These lower belly breaths, as science is showing and research is showing, is a wonderful way to stabilize, to regulate the nervous system, regulate the breath, bring us into a very strong foundation for the day. So we're going to fill our lower belly where our hands are. This is the important part of our hands being here. We're going to fill this lower belly up on the inhale and then press all of the air out on the exhale. And we'll do about 12 together. And you're really going to pay attention to the feeling of the breath coming all the way in and going all the way down to the belly, really feeling. And also experiencing the hands moving up and down, which is how we know we're really engaging this lower belly with the breath. So let's get started and take about 12 together. And if your thinking mind is trying to pull you into thoughts, just keep coming back to the felt sensation of the body. So we'll inhale and fill up this imaginary balloon deeply within our lower belly. And then release and exhale. Release, release, exhale, feeling the belly button moving back toward the backbone. Continue with this rhythm. Really experiencing the belly breath, nothing else. Everything else can move to the side, and we're bringing all of our focus to the inhale and releasing, flattening out our belly button on the exhale. Filling up. Releasing on the exhale. We'll do a few more together. On the bottom of this next exhale, release and press out as much air as is willing to release on the exhale. Pressing it all out. And then just notice how the body is feeling. Recognize if there's any kind of shimmery, electrical, vibrational quality running through the body. Noticing the felt sense of what's here right now. We're going to do about 12 more breaths together, and we're going to add a pressure against the back of the throat on the exhale. And this is again triggering the vagus nerve, which is communicating a sense of balance and well-being through the body when it's activated. So when we press against the back of the throat, if our mouth is open, it would sound like but we're going to breathe in and out of the nose, and we're going to continue with those lower belly breaths just like we did in the first set, but just add a little pressure on the exhale so you're making kind of a hissing noise as you're exhaling. So we can get started here. Filling up the balloon on the inhale in our lower belly, this imaginary balloon, feeling the hands rising. Placing a little pressure on the throat on the exhale, releasing, flattening down the belly on the exhale. Really feel these sensations in the body. If your mind is getting pulled into thoughts, just come back to the sensations of your hands resting against your belly. Feeling the rhythm of the inhale and the exhale in the body. So on this next breath, inhale, really feeling the full inhale, and then releasing, pressing out every bit of stale air on the exhale. Releasing, releasing, pressing all of the air out, feeling your belly button going really back towards your backbone. And then just let the breath breathe itself. Paying attention to the sensations in the body, noticing if there's this sense of aliveness, vibration, and also kind of this calm sense of peace, well-being within the body. Now I'm going to move to a seated position, and you can either stay laying down if you're laying down, or stay seated if you're seated. Continue with whatever posture you're choosing. We're going to breathe in and out of the nose. Still feeling in the body here. And we're going to really recognize right now, on this next practice, all of the trillions of cells that are in the body. All knowing, informed as to what job the specific cells have. Working for our healing, our well-being, our sense of regulation and peace. All of these cells are wanting this sense of peace and well-being for us. They're all working for us. Trillions of cells. And we're going to take a few breaths together. On the in-breath, we're going to imagine that we're filling up every single cell on the inhale. So it's a very slow, caring, kind, intentional inhale. Our intention is to bring balance into the body. And when we do that, it automatically communicates to the brain and the thinking mind that everything is okay. So we start with the body and breathe in and imagine we're breathing in this illuminating breath, filling up and touching every single cell on the inhale, very slowly, with intention. And then a releasing on the exhale, releasing gently, slowly, intentionally, releasing on the exhale, with a sense of relaxation and just letting go, completely on the exhale. Inhaling again, filling everything up on the inhale. Trillions of cells all being touched by this inhalation right here. And then a releasing and letting go on the exhale. Now, I'd like us to really, again, pay attention to the breathing apparatus in the body on this practice here. The breath is coming in, filling up in the lower belly first, and then through the rib cage area, and then up through the top of the chest area, up near the clavicle bones. So we're filling up on the inhale about a count of 5, and then we're releasing and exhaling also about a count of 5. So the inhale and the exhale match, and it's intentionally very, very slow. I'm not going to count here because I really want you to find your own rhythm and regulation of your own inhale and exhale. But the slower we can breathe in and out, the more regulated we'll be for the rest of the day. So let's get started and just imagine bringing our experience of our mind into our body, feeling this filling up on the inhale, starting with the belly, moving our way up our torso. And then on the exhale, releasing and letting go of the exhale, moving back down the torso as we release the air from top to bottom. And again, looking for about a count of 5 seconds, 5 on the inhale and the exhale. Finding what's right for you, filling back up, very, very slowly filling up. You can do this sitting up or laying down. Filling up, imagining the torso filling up, starting with the belly, moving up. Releasing and letting go on the exhale. Continue for a few more of these breaths. Notice if your thoughts are wandering, coming back to this feeling of filling up on the inhale as slowly as you can, releasing on the exhale as slowly as you can. On the bottom of this next exhale, as you're releasing and letting go, I tried to make space so you could really come into the felt sense and recognize also when we get pulled into thoughts. What kinds of thoughts are we having? We can start to notice the thoughts that we're experiencing, and we can start to notice this first thing in the morning, and it can really help us to kind of just stay grounded, stay regulated, balanced, and not let ourselves get pulled into these thoughts. We start to notice what kinds of thoughts carry us away. And when we breathe in this way, we can start to still ourselves, quiet ourselves, noticing what thoughts are here and how we can work with them to calm them down too, not allowing them to lead us up and out of bed first thing in the morning and take us over so quickly that we've kind of lost our sense of balance and grounding and stability from first thing in the morning. And when we can use some of these practices, some of these breathing practices that bring our breathing, our nervous system, our brains, everything into regulation, everything into working order for our benefit from first thing in the morning, this can have a tremendous impact on our physical and mental well-being for the entire day. These practices can be as important as any morning routine we have. And I really encourage you to use them to find this strong foundation for your life, your daily life. Thank you so much for your time and the gift of practicing together. Have a wonderful day.